Commissioners. I'm Rod Brueske. I live in eastern Boulder County at 8381 East County Line Road. I know you've heard from me before. The other night, Friday night, I went to the Chasing Ice movie and met James Baylock. He's a Boulder County resident, and he has done research for 7 or 8 years on our ice caps and glaciers and how they're disappearing. I took a moment to talk to him and ask him how he felt about hydraulic fracturing. His comment was, we shouldn't be doing it. I went on with that conversation to him to say, do you realize that Boulder County is about ready to get the daylights fracked out of us? He stopped cold in his tracks. I asked him if he could show up today and let you know what his feelings were, and his scientific research has shown for global warming. He said he would have loved to have been here, but he had to go to another opening. And he said, Rod, keep up the fight. Bill McKibben said that we're all elders, and we need to act like elders for our children's futures. And I think we need to do that. Since we have a lawyer here present that is paid by our tax dollars, I have a question for him. Is poisoning my family legal?
Questions come at the end of the
Okay. Well, I just want to ask him that question. Is that legal? And hopefully it's not. I know that you were saying earlier, I was listening to you, and you were talking about these regulations about stop an operation that goes bad. Well, if an operation goes bad, stopping it is one thing, but if an operation goes bad, it's too late. Will, at the last county commissioners meeting, when people were kind of getting a little out of hand, you said you wanted to have this as a safe place for everyone to be able to express themselves. I want Boulder County to be a safe place for my children, your children, and all the citizens. There's one thing I think that we can all agree on. The most purest of science is mathematics. And we really need to do the math. And as much as this gentleman here has worked hard for you and stuff, I think Boulder County missed the punch by not hiring a person that does statistics and simple math. First of all, let's think about the cost. The damage to the roads that would happen over a 30-year, 20-year period. Do the math. The cost of the loss of people's property values over that time. Do the math. A lady brought up earlier today about how many trillions of gallons of water just on the existing wells that they want to drill. Times that by 13, that's how many times they want to come back and frack us. So do the math. Have we considered the healthcare issue? It hasn't ever been brought up, but we should do the math. Each well, 24 tons of hydrocarbons per well per year. Times that by 30, do the math. You're talking about 500-foot setbacks. Well, let's do the math on that one. The well that's 1,100 feet from my family's home, which was off-gassing over 127 different known cancer-causing agents, was 1,100 feet. Do the math. Do the math on all the spills. I could go on for hours that if you added all this up, the cost in the long term, you do the math, you're worried about lawsuits and stuff, that is a drip in the bucket. Here's another point I want to bring out. How many health studies have been brought out that say fracking is safe? I think that's 0. How many health studies recently have come out, like by a Rachel Carson Award winning 5 times Theo Claiborne? That's something to hang your hat on, and we're not even paying attention to that. And then the one about Lisa McKenzie from CU Denver Health and Science. Half mile, the elevated cancer rates, well, I have 3 of those within the last year that appeared within a half mile of my family's home. So is that tripling the amount of cancer-causing agents that I'm being exposed to? Do the math. You know, they're talking about best management practices. Where's the science behind that? I think best management practices means what's most profitable for the oil industry, not what's the most safest. That's something else. We need to do the math on it. I know one of these days, and that day is coming soon, that you guys will have to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and say, not, what should I do? You're going to say, what did I do? And you're going to be looking your children in the face saying, what have I done? Well, there's a choice here to be made. It's not too late. You can make that choice to be bold, make history, and ban fracking.